Going on from the college sports, we're gonna go on to some professional talk now. The big leagues. We're gonna talk about the NBA. And I didn't think this question would really be asked or really need to be asked, for a good amount of time until the man upped and retired practically. But is LeBron James not the best player in NBA basketball anymore? Because I'm a lot, could the question be posed that Steph Curry's the best? Could the question be poised that Kevin Durant could possibly be the best? It seems like for a while now, everybody's just automatically put LeBron James as the best player once Kobe fell from that air. So who is the best player in basketball? I mean, you got Russell Westbrook, you got Kevin Durant, you got Stephen Curry, you got LeBron James, you got James Harden. Who has the best overall basketball game and who is the best player? Let's start this topic off with you, Rashad. Who do you think?
It still has to be LeBron, but because he has a way better overall game than most of these players. Like, only person I can like sit there and kind of get close to overall game would be somebody like a James Harden, because most of these other people I name are like peer scorers, or other than like a Russell Westbrook. I don't. He's just a killer. I don't know what to say about him, but he's just
man's a shark out there.
He's just he's not over the top yet. I can't say he's the best player in the league. But I still have to give it to LeBron because just what LeBron does for his team, even though he's not winning the MVP right now or winning the MVP last season, or like it's not like consecutive like he's been doing. It's still like you can't take from what LeBron's doing in the league, how effective he is offense and defense and in the locker room and just everywhere in general when it comes to basketball, just how effective of a player he is.
Mm-hmm.
So you still can't take that away from him, because that's basically what Jordan was, how effective Jordan was offense and defense. More than we got. We have Steph Curry, who's, we can't say nobody in there is a bad, who if we named is a bad defensive player, but you just have some who's just excel a little bit more than others. And then you have some who excel more at scoring. Like you got Steph Curry, who's no one's out like scoring better than this guy is right now.
Mm-hmm.
And, LeBron's not even close to scoring like he's scoring, but you still have LeBron's overall game, what he can do more for a team than what I think Steph Curry can do more for a team.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you think, Khalid?
I have to give it to my man LeBron James, because from like what Rashad said, his game is like his overall game is better. He is a better defensive player than Steph Curry. He's not as big of a shooter, but he is definitely more defensive. And overall, as a player, that he performs, he does better for the team. I mean, this man led his team, a team that he was on, to the championship 4 years in a row. So, I mean,
that's
that right
five.
there. Oh, five. Excuse me. 5 years in a row. Not to mention being
I gotta give my man LeBron's credit, man.
You got to. Not to mention being able to carry a Cavs team in the finals against a high level Warriors team with their all stars, and him having lost Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. So that man put the team on his back, and still played very well in the playoffs.
Okay, what do you think, Rudy?
LeBron's the best, but the water's a little murky now. A couple years ago, it was clear cut. We could see it. He was the best, but I think there is a little bit of blood in the water now that we even have to ask the question. And I just need to throw out a couple of adjustments to some of the names that you threw out there. First of all, it's Chef Curry, it's Chef Boy Harden, it's Russell Goatbrook. You got their names wrong.
I had to turn off your mic for that one. I'll turn it back on, but that was ridiculous.
We have some relative haters here on the camera. The host is a hater. He's not a fan of the great Chef Boy Harden or Russell Goatbrook.
I'm not a fan of the names. I'm not a fan of the names. Goatbrook? When was Russell the greatest of all? No,
he is the greatest Russell Westbrook to ever play in the NBA.
I hate you all. No, that's not how you're using the name.
Goatbrook.
You're using the name to say greatest of all time.
That's exactly how I'm using it. The greatest of all time Brook. No. The greatest Brook of all time. Like, well, come on, man. Like, it's in the word. Like, it's not that hard to explain.
I'm so done.
And then don't get me started on the bearded one.
Rudy, who's your best player?
I've already answered the question. The best player is LeBron James for now. But in like 2 years, do not be surprised if it's like Rashad said, Harden, maybe Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis is struggling at the beginning of the season. So I don't know how his growth is going with who's the Alvin Gentry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how his growth under Alvin Gentry is going.
They also dealing with injuries also, and he's facing like triple teams on the nightly basis. Like teams don't even care about the guards anymore. Like,
but when your guards are Tyreek Evans and Drew Holiday, are they really guards?
Have been injured. Like you should see like the Pelicans games. Like I legit, but I'm not gonna say how I seen the game.
They need to go pick up Sebastian Telfair, greatest point guard to come out of high school.
I'm not gonna say how I seen the game, but when you see a Pelicans game, right? This is legit what the play is.
Drop.
It starts with Anthony Davis at the top of the key, right? Stands Anthony Davis at the top of the key or trying to post up. All you see is players just swarm. Like they don't care if they're on the same the shooters on the ball side of the court or whatever. If the shooters at the top of the key or nothing, they just leave entirely. Come and put a whole dang body in the paint and just stand there wait for Anthony Davis to make a move. Like Anthony Davis is suffocated. So
we're not gonna go around the Sebastian Telfair thing.
Anthony Davis is suffocated, and he just can't even get like a good dribble in before he gets double teamed.
Let us not forget that LeBron James made a movie after he saw Sebastian Telfair's movie.
LeBron James and his steady, you know, like Rudy was saying, with the water being murky. Stephen Curry's a bad boy. I mean, and he doesn't have the all-around defensive game that LeBron James has, but can't we say LeBron James doesn't have the same all-around offensive game that Steph Curry has? Because I mean, Steph Curry shoots better than LeBron, shoots better free throws than LeBron. He's a better three-point shooter than LeBron. He's a better overall shooter. He doesn't attack the basket like LeBron, but when he gets around, he's pretty efficient. I mean, the boy's shooting 51% practically right now. And, you know, so he's shooting, 48% from three? So he does those things better than LeBron. He might not be as great a defender because LeBron can guard 1 through 5. But let's not act like Steph Curry's a slouch on the defensive side of the ball. He can play defense. I mean, the Warriors have led the league in defense. Granted, that's your team defense. But Steph Curry has to consistently night in and night out go up against the best point guards. Last night just went up against Chris Paul. And he has to put on a show every night, and he does that.
I think that Steph Curry is the most exciting player, and that makes us think he might be the best. Sometimes to be the best, you may not be the most exciting. You know what I mean? You may not be the one who gets everybody riled up. Look at the Spurs. They're watching them play basketball is like watching paint dry, but they're good.
This is Steph Curry's stats on the season. He's averaging practically 36 points, 5.8 assists. He's shooting 57% from the floor, 52% from three, and he's averaging 2.2 steals. He's averaging 1 turnover a game. Like, he's averaging 5 rebounds, and he's shooting 94% from the free throw line.
Oh, I agree. He's a very bad man. I'm just saying, as it goes, like, we have to give it to LeBron, but I will acknowledge that Steph Curry is a close second where it used to be Kevin Durant.
So you think Kevin Durant's fallen off that?
I think Kevin Durant has fallen to 5th. I believe it's fifth. You want me to give you a list? You want me to give you a list? Okay, I'll give you a list. No, a Kobe decline is all the way like 50.
Hold on.
No, I got you. I'm gonna tell you. LeBron. You agree that LeBron is better than Kevin Durant right now?
I'll agree.
Steph is better. If you were about to call Stephen Curry was the greatest player,
I'll accept it. I'll accept Steph. That's fine.
Harden.
Heck no.
Yes.
Heck no.
Yes.
Heck no.
I need Kevin Durant to come back for an entire season and do what James Harden did last year to get his spot back. And Russell Westbrook, that's secretly Russell Westbrook's team now. Kevin's fighting to get his own team back. He's fighting to get his team back.
Keep naming your players.
That's 4 players.
That's
4 players. I said LeBron. Yes, I said Westbrook.
Oh my goodness.
Westbrook, Harden, Curry, and LeBron are better than Kevin Durant right now. That is Westbrook's team until Kevin Durant earns it back.
Kevin Durant's averaging 29 points. He's averaging 2 assists. He's shooting 49% from practically 50%. He's shooting 41% from three.
Hey, we're 6 games.
Now Russell Westbrook Russell Westbrook's averaging. Okay, then Russell. Now this is Russell
season.
Westbrook, but this question is being asked 6 games into the season.
Yeah, but I'm going off. I'm going off of.
So if we're going off of last year, Steph Curry doesn't need to be in the conversation.
What I'm saying, but Steph Curry was great last year. How would he not be in the conversation?
His numbers don't show that.
His numbers don't show that.
James Harden technically should be second. Then if we're going off of last year.
Okay, but when I said James Harden, you acted like it was the most outrageous thing you've ever heard. Like I literally just spit out. Like I literally just spit out that I could walk on water. Come on, man. No. I'm just saying. I'm looking at pure facts. I'm not talking about the season. There's been 6 games in the season. What James Harden did last year was MVP like. That's better than what Kevin Durant. That's better than what Kevin Durant's putting out. What Steph Curry's doing from last year in the playoffs and this year was better than what Kevin Durant's doing. What Russell Westbrook had to do when Kevin
old Kevin Durant is vintage Kevin Durant. When Kevin Durant's
we're 6 games in. When Kevin Durant's foot starts to hurt and we got to sit him down, you're still going to say he's better than everybody.
Starts to hurt, but you can't say. So when Russell Westbrook's knee starts to hurt, what are we going to say? You can't say. You can't
he's gonna play. He played with a broken face.
Oh my God.
He played with a broken face.
Kevin Durant averaged 25 on a hurt foot, and then he had to eventually.
And then he sat down.
He had to, and Russell Westbrook hurt his knee and was out.
Hey, Kobe made 2 free throws on a torn Achilles.
Okay, come on. And LeBron had back issues, sat out.
Yeah, but LeBron's sweet. LeBron caught cramps in the finals and quit.
My point is, from what we've seen this season, I can't say James Harden's better than Kevin Durant. I can't say Russell Westbrook's better than Kevin Durant.
I'm sorry, I can't say a season when it's 6 games. When we've seen from this year's worth of exhibitions, yeah, maybe.
Oh, this year's
it's not a season. I mean, 6 games isn't a season, man.
They beat the Spurs opening night practically, so they did.
So we're gonna base season assumptions on a game, the first game played in the season.
No, but you're saying exhibition. You're saying exhibition. These games count,
bro. The first game of a season is when you're gonna have the most mistakes and most errors that you're gonna have in an entire season. So we're basing
against Kawhi Leonard.
Russell Westbrook played better than him in that game.
Against Kawhi Leonard, he got guarded by the defensive player of the year. And he was still putting up numbers on him against Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard switched between the two.
No,
Russell had 33 and Kevin had 22.
No. He was on Kevin Durant predominantly the whole game. Whenever Kevin Durant went out, Kawhi Leonard went out. Whenever Kevin Durant came back in, Kawhi Leonard came back in. Look, they put what's it called? Danny Green on Russell Westbrook. That's what they did.
I think you're disrespecting Russell Westbrook and James Harden.
I'm not disrespecting. I'm paying respect to Kevin Durant. I'm giving Kevin Durant his respect. I mean, just because you hurt your foot and you go out.
But I'm not the only one who thinks this. You can look this up. You can look at ESPN's list. He's not even number 2 on there.
I would like to see ESPN's list.
Please, please pull it up.
Because I need to see ESPN's list because I can dissect each player that they have above Kevin Durant if his name ain't Steph Curry or LeBron James.
Yeah.
That's Sports Illustrated. I saw ESPN's list and he was not number 2.
Well, he's number 2 on that.
Yeah, Sports Illustrated. Yeah, but he's not number 2 to me. Please pull up ESPN's list.
James Harden is not as good a defender as Kevin Durant. He's not as good a scorer as Kevin Durant.
Neither is Steph Curry. Well, Steph Curry's as good a scorer, but not as defender.
Steph Curry's as good a scorer as Kevin Durant.
Yeah, no, I agree with scoring, but not as good at defending.
Yeah, James Harden is practically just a
James
That's
Harden's a turnstile. I know that.
Saying, we're talking about basketball. I can't say James Harden is that guy because I mean James Harden. If you put him on defense and you're like
Chef Boy's a beast.
We're taking a chance.
Chef Boy is a dog.
Oh, that's best point guard.
Whenever we figure it out, we'll come back to it.
That's why I accepted Steph Curry I would accept Steph Curry ahead of Kevin Durant because Steph Curry's proven this. And he's
so what you're saying to you is what you're saying is that you think Kevin Durant is the 3rd best player in the league right now.
I think it's up to debate. The top 3 can go in rotation. I think LeBron's the best. I do agree. I think Steph is up in the conversation. Is worthy to have the conversation.
So basically, you think it's LeBron and then Steph Curry's 2A and B and 2B.
Honestly, to me, for the longest time, it's been LeBron and Kevin Durant 1A, 1B. But right now, I think it's Kevin Durant. It's Kevin Durant and Steph Curry 2A, 2B. Just depending on how whoever is feeling that night. Because I mean, they're both striking. I mean, Steph Curry's on another world right now. Like he shot 7 of 11 from 3 yesterday. Like why?
Is that Sports Illustrated or ESPN?
They
got Anthony Davis above
ESPN has LeBron.
Kevin Durant's still number 3.
Has LeBron, Anthony Davis.
But here's the thing though. If you put this in,
and this was before the season started.
Yeah.
So this how they
going
up
last year.
Yeah, and they still had Kevin Durant at 3.
See, but I'm saying if you put that in there, if you put that in perspective, they're saying they think LeBron and Anthony Davis are better than KD. then you have Kevin Durant at 3 and then Steph at 4. But you are openly acknowledging that you would agree that Steph Curry's better than Kevin. So
No, I say it's a rotation. I said it's a rotation. I said
if it's a rotation though, if it's a rotation,
it can be interchangeable.
But what I'm saying is, if it's a rotation,
it depends on how you feel it.
If it's a rotation, even with that list, Kevin Durant could fall to 4. Even on, I'm just saying, based on that.
He's not going to 4.
You're contradicting yourself now. Because if it can be a rotation and Steph Curry's 4, but I'm saying based on that list, if it's a rotation to you, if it's a rotation to you, based off that list, based off of what you said, if Steph is 4 and Kevin is 3, if it's a rotation, that means that Kevin could be 4.
This is whose ranks I wanted to see. I wanted to see LeBron's rank. I wanted to see Steph Curry's rank, and I wanted to see Kevin Durant's rank. I don't care about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis hasn't looked like no second best player in the league. Stop it.
But you just said he's getting guarded by 3 people. That's not fair.
He is getting guarded by 3 people. But so has
Kevin Durant only getting guarded by 1.
So who's LeBron getting guarded by?
One with cornrows.
And the defensive player of the year, man. Come on.
Should have been Draymond.
And LeBron got guarded by Carmelo Anthony last night and struggled. So I mean,
well, Carmelo got the straps all of a sudden.
I mean, I'm just saying he's not no Kawhi Leonard, and Kevin Durant and put up numbers on Kawhi Leonard. I'm not saying he had his way with Kawhi, but he still got buckets on Kawhi Leonard.
And think about it. But to be fair, you have to be fair. Melo always gives LeBron bumps. Since they've been in the league, he always gives LeBron bumps.
Kawhi Leonard gives everybody the bump on defense. So, I mean, I can't just say, oh, Melo gives LeBron the bump every time. Melo's not a defender. Everybody's known that. Melo's never been regarded as a defender, but LeBron struggles against Carmelo Anthony for whatever reason.
Because he always comes to play him.
And then some days LeBron lights up Carmelo, but Carmelo lights up LeBron. It's just how it works. But what I wanted to see from that list is where Steph Curry was ranked and where Kevin Durant was ranked. Even coming off the injury, they still said Kevin Durant was the 3rd best behind LeBron and Anthony Davis. Taking Anthony Davis out of the equation, I don't think he was 2nd best. So practically in my eyes,
before this year started, though, you didn't think Anthony Davis was 2nd best.
Anthony Davis led the league in player efficiency last season.
He did because he was the Pelicans. You're right. When you are a team, you're going to lead the team in player efficiency rating. You're right. When you're on the court and the team performs better with you on the court, your player efficiency rating is going to be way higher.
But here's my thing. You know what else I'm going off of? You know what else I'm going off of? Here's my problem with this analysis here. Kevin Durant on his team currently has Russell Westbrook, MVP candidate, Serge Ibaka, borderline defensive player of the year candidate. He used to be. I mean, that's because the great Scott Brooks. Old coach, the great Scott Brooks, messed his game all up. What I'm saying is, so Serge Ibaka isn't a good player. Wait.
Scott Brooks gotta mess up his defense now.
No, time out. Scott Brooks, not Scott Brooks. Serge Ibaka isn't a good player. Then let me continue. Let me continue my point.
All right, go on.
He has an MVP candidate. He has Serge Ibaka. He has other various pieces in his canter coming off the bench, averaging doubles. Other various pieces to help him out. It's irresponsible for you to put more than one person on Kevin Durant because then somebody else is going to go off. Anthony Davis does have no one else on that team that could take any sort of pressure off of him. James Harden last year had to hurt Dwight Howard for half of the season. And are we really going to say that Trevor Ariza is as much support as Russell Westbrook? Are we really going to say that? What I'm saying is based on your team and the output that you put to your team, I'm going to say you're better. I'm not saying Kevin Durant is crap. I'm not saying that he's not looking as good as he used to. I'm just saying what the guys that I listed meant to their team from last year. Because I'm not going off of the 6 games of this season. When we get 32 games in, 40 games in, I'll give you a very good, up-to-date, detailed list of who I think it is. Based off of last season and what I saw and the impressions that were left on me, those guys deserve those spots. Okay, Kevin Durant was hurt. Let me
interject real quick. So because you're saying Kevin Durant has an MVP candidate, which Russell Westbrook wasn't an MVP candidate until Kevin Durant got hurt. Till he got hurt. Russell Westbrook hasn't been an MVP candidate until he got hurt. Kevin Durant was the former MVP until he got hurt. Let's not forget this. It was Kevin Durant. He was the MVP until Steph Curry won it this past year. And so if you're saying that Kevin Durant, just because he doesn't get guarded by 3 people, so what's the case for LeBron James? LeBron James has Kyrie Irving. He has Kevin Love, who on the Timberwolves was regarded as a.
I've made that point before too. Let me
finish my point. Because what I'm saying is James Harden, because you're making the case of James Harden, all these guys, they have help. But I'm saying just because Kevin Durant has a guy who was the MVP candidate this past season, you can't say that, Kevin Durant still, just because he doesn't get guarded by all these guys. Kevin Durant still gets a lot of attention on the team. That's why that team clicks. The reason why that team they were in a big hole because Kevin Durant wasn't there. There were a lot of games last season. People would have said the Thunder would have went to the finals if Kevin Durant wasn't there. Kevin Durant sure as hell took the Thunder further than they went with Russell Westbrook. So I mean,
that's true. But Russell Westbrook didn't have Serge Ibaka either.
We're gonna have.
He got hurt. He got hurt.
He did get hurt.
He got hurt.
But Kevin Durant didn't have Enes Kanter like Russell Westbrook did either.
Yeah, but he had Russell Westbrook and Serge Ibaka. Come on.
No, Kevin Durant when Russell Westbrook was out, Kevin Durant played without, and he played without Serge Ibaka for a little bit too. Let's not take away credit from Kevin Durant.
I'm not trying to take credit away from him. I'm giving him respect by even putting him up that high. I'm going off of last season.
But I'm saying
you were hurt and you didn't do.
But so we're going off of last season.
You're going off of 6 games. I'm going off a season.
I'm going off of Kevin Durant even last season on a hurt foot, he averaged 25. And Russell Westbrook only won was only an MVP candidate because Kevin Durant wasn't there.
Okay, but here's my thing. If he wasn't as great as he is, when Kevin Durant went down, he would have shrunk under pressure. He wouldn't even been in the conversation. It's more of an attribute to Russell Westbrook that he was even in the contribution.
I'm not taking away from Russell Westbrook's
but it seems like you are because you're saying, oh, well, because Kevin Durant, then he got attention. No, because Kevin Durant got hurt, he had to step up, and that's what he did for his team.
But we're acting like
he put up.
But you're saying we can't.
He literally has as many triple doubles as LeBron does.
He does. And he's the point guard. You're right. And LeBron is the point forward. So I mean, it makes it easier for you to get triple doubles. But what my case is the fact that you're saying we can't go off these past 2 games, but we're seeing the same old Kevin Durant that won the MVP from prior to last season.
What I'm seeing is teams looking at Kevin Durant like you just came off a foot injury. I don't think you're going to be the same, and he's torching him for it. But I'm seeing Anthony Davis catching triple teams. I'm seeing James Harden catching double teams. What I'm saying is Kevin Durant is hurt. Teams are coming into the season thinking.
What double teams is James Harden getting?
James Harden's been getting double teams since the season started.
No,
he was
in the paint, maybe yes.
Okay.
No, not the way Anthony Davis has been getting teamed on.
I didn't say it was the same thing as Anthony Davis at all. I never said that.
But we can't keep going on. I want to hear what you had to say, but we only got like a few minutes.
When you brought up Kevin Durant talking about how LeBron basically get the same attention, double team and stuff. You got to look at what LeBron averaged. LeBron basically averaged a triple double when Kevin Durant doesn't. This is what I'm trying to say. But even though because they garner the same attention, so what LeBron can make more of that at the attention than Kevin Durant does. That's why LeBron's still over top of him like that.
Okay, and that's a great point, and that's why LeBron's the best player. But I'm saying James Harden, Russell Westbrook, the rest of those guys aren't better than Kevin Durant because LeBron, you just know they're the best player in the game. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's why I'm giving LeBron credit. LeBron's the best player. You're right. LeBron's the best player in the game. But I'm saying, who's next? Kevin Durant. Because Kevin Durant does what he does scores better than LeBron, just doesn't average as many assists. He averages just amount of rebounds.
Why does Steph Curry do that? Steph Curry has the same stats as him, but better than Kevin Durant. He made it.
And who did I say was in rotation? I said Steph Curry.
That's in rotation, though. You didn't say he was better.
I said it depends on the person. I said it's 2A, 2B. I said it's 2A, 2B. Did I not say it was 2A, 2B for Steph Curry and Kevin Durant?
No, you did, but there is no 2 A's and B's. Somebody got to be third. Somebody got to be third. You told us to drop 5.
If we're going off this season, Steph Curry's better than Kevin Durant. If we're going so far off this season.
That's all I want to say.
As an overall player, that's what I've been saying this whole time. But y'all want to throw Russell Westbrook.
You said interchangeable. You've been saying interchangeable, so you just admitted that he was better than him.
No, I'm saying based off this season, yes. But I'm saying you guys were trying to put Anthony Davis.
Don't say you guys. No, don't say you guys. Don't say you guys. It was me.
Okay, you were.
Me in general.
I apologize to YouTube. But Anthony Davis ain't better than Kevin Durant. Anthony Davis ain't better than Steph Curry. I'm sorry, Anthony Davis is not better than those guys. Maybe
I don't agree with ESPN's list, but I agree that Anthony Davis should be up there.
Anthony Davis in the top 5.
He should be in this discussion of top 5 out of respect. Out of respect to what he did last year, he should be up there. Just out of respect.
Because if you got him at 6, Kevin Durant's the reigning MVP, and out of respect, we're about to boo him to number 5.
But that's still in the top 5. I said out of respect, a guy coming off a hurt foot. Think about it this way. Think about the disrespect that Kobe got coming off of injuries. I'm giving him respect by putting him up in the top 5.
A guy is a former MVP, averages 25 on a hurt foot.
Kobe was a former MVP.
Averages 25 on a hurt foot. A hurt foot's ended players' careers. He averages 25 on one, and we're talking about he's barely scraping the top. Okay, if you're telling me he's 5th, so that means you're putting Anthony Davis above him or Russell Westbrook or James Harden.
Anthony Davis wasn't in my list.
I'm just saying when we were talking about, you said he dropped the 5th, but we got to go on. So